Yo guys, welcome back to some more Trinoline. Was it like September 5th or some shit? I don't fucking know. Like I said, I'm recording this on July 20th. So, yeah, these are all scheduled for you guys. Anyways, let's jump in this. Is something wrong? It's a little weird to be holding hands out in public like this. You always held my hand like this and would never let go. I thought I'd be the one to grab your hand this time. Should I not have? We were constantly holding hands when we were younger, but things are different now. In spite of that, I couldn't bring myself to shake her hand away. I guess it's okay then. Yes. I looked down and walked forward in an attempt to hide my embarrassment. If Sarah weren't here watching us, I may have run away on the spot. What is it? Oh, nothing. Sarah let out a playful laugh. Who knew Sarah could actually laugh like that too? I felt overwhelmed with joy at this new discovery. I wasn't quite sure how close we were yet though. Regardless, it felt nice to be around her. Whew. Shun. Hey, Shun. What's up, Yuri? Don't play dumb. Don't you have something else to say to me first? The moment lunchtime hit, Yuri came barreling into my classroom with Sharon in tow. Yuri-chan, you should be a little nicer. Don't call me that. But, that is what I have always called you. This is the first time we've met. Calm down, both of you. I held out my hand to Yuri and reined her in, much like soothing a rabid dog. Looks like what I feared this morning had come true. But Shun... Sorry, it's my fault for not explaining the situation to you sooner. This is all really sudden for me too. I wasn't sure how to explain it either. Really? Yuri eyed me skeptically and looked less than satisfied with my answer. I'm sorry to you too, Sharon. I should have talked to Yuri about you this morning. No, I do not mind. Kinda acting like a big brother, Shun. It didn't take a rocket scientist to see how grumpy Yuri was. Or more accurately, extraordinarily upset. That's exactly how it is, actually. I'm still trying to work things out as I go, though. So what she said about becoming your little sister was all true? I thought for sure Sharon was your one and only sister. Your one and only sister, so I'm kind of disappointed. I've got a lot on my mind right now, too. There's a lot to process. Regardless, both my mom and I need her. You're just living in a fantasy, Sharon-chan. Is already. I am right here. I clearly remember the two of us playing together, Yuri-chan. You were always so considerate of me due to my poor vision at the time. It made me so very happy. What's with that? That's enough, Yuri. Sarah? I decided to stand back and watch, but you'll make things even more complicated for me if you keep this up. I was both shocked and relieved when Sarah barged her way into the conversation. This experiment is being conducted under the consent of the RRC and Nanami family. Outsiders should refrain from sticking their noses into our business. What's with you? I'm one of Sharon-chan's childhood friends, too. Why wouldn't I get angry when you up and decide to make a robotic copy of my friend? Why are you so upset? Has Sharon hurt you in some way? It's nothing like that, but... Sarah's comment hit the mark so hard that even Yuri was forced into silence. On the other hand, Sarah remained unfazed and continued speaking without ever losing her usual calm tone of voice. It's quite an impressive outburst for you to be mad even though she's done absolutely nothing to you. Or did you become that shallow-hearted a person... Or did you become that shallow-hearted a person in the time I was away, Yuri? Game. Set. Match. Sarah had truly cut right through the heart of the issue. Whether that was for better or worse. If you get it now, then keep your petty anger to a minimum while you're here. Even if you can't accept Sharon, you don't really want to cause trouble for Shun, do you? I get it already. Anyway, I'm counting on you for the rest, Shun. Sarah spun around and returned to her seat like nothing had happened. Feels like having me around has caused nothing but trouble. I am very sorry. Nothing ever goes as planned from the start. Isn't that right, Yuri? Huh? Well, yeah, right. That's right. I got a little carried away. You don't need to worry about it, okay? Yes. An awkward silence fell between them. I was the one who caused all this, so I wanted to do something about it. Since you came here together, does that mean you two ended up in the same class? Yeah, she transferred in today. Well then, do you think you could keep an eye on her for a bit, Yuri? Why do I have to do it? Sharon is an android, and she isn't used to our world just yet. If you could help her out, it would give me some major peace of mind. That's easy for you to say, but I've never dealt with an android before. It's alright. Sharon is really smart. Huh? I was hoping we could be good friends, Yuri-chan. So I am really happy we are in the same class. But will I be a bother to you? You won't, but... Oh man. Can you keep an eye on her, please? Yuri crossed her arms, groaned, and looked deep in thought. Then after an exasperated sigh, she signaled her approval. Well, as my way of saying sorry, I'll watch over her for a little while. Wow. Thank you so much, Yuri-chan. You don't need to thank me. It's the least I could do. So she said, but Yuri looked extremely embarrassed. I could tell how dishonest she was being, but it would be in my best interest to keep those thoughts to myself. Thank you. That makes me feel better. Yeesh. You know flattery won't get you anywhere, right? Well, this is a bit sudden, but I'll show you around the school. Come with me. Yes. I'll be counting on you going forward, Yuri-chan. Yuri escorted Sharon out into the hallway. I was pretty sure Dr. Monami had already given Sharon a tour of the school, but it appeared she was being considerate of Yuri and responded earnestly to her desire to help. Mom, would you like me to cut these carrots into quarters or chop them? I normally don't mind either way, but if they're too tiny they won't be as filling, so could you cut them into relatively large pieces? Understood. It was kind of a strange feeling, almost like Sharon did something she had fit in around here so well it made me think that. Sharon sure is incredible. She's a state-of-the-art android created with the full resources of the RRC, so that's to be expected. With yourself included, I'd assume. Of course, I am the project leader. Despite how smoothly she said that, I was sure she put in a significant amount of effort behind the scenes. That just made her even more respectable in my eyes. Okay, I'm going to head out now. Oh, are you going home already? I made enough food for 4. 4? Sharon can't eat. I know, but doesn't the idea of someone having an empty plate sitting in front of them while everyone else is eating make you feel kind of bad? I'll eat Sharon Chan's share tomorrow, so don't pay it any mind. If that's the case, then by all means. It almost feels like we've gone back to the past. Tonight was shaping up to be a fun dinner party. My home and Sarah's laboratory were housed on the same research site. It was less than a 10-minute walk, so I deliberately took the scenic route. Just like I thought. You haven't changed at all. Or you haven't changed that much, huh, Sarah? Are you suggesting I'm immature? Have we had a similar conversation like this before? I was the one who said as much last time, that your room hadn't really changed. I can't believe I, of all people, had the same reaction you did. It's the yawning episode. Sarah drooped her shoulders, looking blatantly discouraged. Anyway, listen up. Sure. I was insanely busy during Sharon's development and ate nothing but ramen every day. Sharon wouldn't allow that and made me vegetable juice, but it was so bitter I never finished it. Yeah, you've never really liked bitter tasting foods. That was part of it, but mostly it was a common drink that was served in your household. It made me a little dubious of your and Kaoru-san's tastes. Something like that happened? Yeah. Sarah grimaced, seemingly recalling how it had tasted. I'm pretty sure Dad had that more often than either of us did. Dr. Nanami liked it? I think he would drink it in order to stay alert. It's possible he never had it with him while he was at work. I guess so. Still, if that was Dr. Nanami's favorite drink, then maybe I'll put in the effort to drink some next time around. Sarah's eyes lit up whenever she said my dad's name. As I said before, I created Sharon in order to make her wish come true. My research produced results for that sole purpose. However, I had used the research Dr. Nanami had conducted as an initial base. He scanned Sharon's brain and retrieved her memory data by combining that with the artificial body of an android. I was able to produce an android that had far greater resemblance to a human. Because of Sharon's poor eyesight, all I ever used to hear about was how he wanted to do something about it. Of course, that was his biggest incentive. However, there were already successful examples of artificial eye transplants, so it's unlikely that was his sole motivation. Besides, it would have been unethical to conduct such large-scale operations like that for personal gain. Couldn't even imagine how much of a budget went into it, but given the elaborate form it had taken, it must have been quite a lump sum. It took over my dad's research, right? It's less that I took over and more like I was conducting something I clicked on accident. I was put in charge of artificial intelligence, the brain, if you will, in terms of human anatomy. The codename for that brain is Trino. And now we've started to call the androids using the Trino operating system by the same name. I see. These days, I've been coordinating with other departments, not just with developing the brain, but to further our research. This applies to Dr. Nanami What? Yes, my father had gone overseas for the time being, and is no longer at this research facility. However, expanding my authority does bring some opportunities. It does? Yes, the opportunity to make grand leaps in my own research. It might be less research and more an ambition, I suppose. Sarah's relaxed expression was suddenly filled with elation. I suddenly lost what was most precious to me. I poured everything I had into my research in order to get that back. Unlike before, her tone matched her now serious expression. There was a convincingly sharp glint in her eyes, when only those who try to accomplish something with a strong conviction possessed. We had been together for so long, ever since we were born, and I never wanted to say goodbye to him. Are you talking about Ruby? The android we always played with before we went into elementary school? Sarah's silence effectively confirmed it. That android was designed to only respond to children until they reached 6 years old. I was a very naive child, so for me, it was a very sudden farewell. But Sarah caught her breath, careful not to become emotional. Then she peered over at me with a calm look on her face. If I think back on it now, I wonder if that was the nature of that experiment. An experiment that led me to experience independence from my parents. An experiment which observed the relationship between humans and androids. And an experiment which set me down the path of research. Well, yeah, I know, I'm just overthinking it. However, I believe there will be a day when we can speak to one another like we did back then. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be able to. To this day, I have yet to successfully boot him up. I personally find that to be very unexpected. Now that you've completed Chiron, I'm sure you'll pull it off. I would like to, but I'm a little preoccupied with Chiron right now. I was considering resuming my experiment after you cheered up a bit, though. I'm plenty cheerful. When I tried putting it into words, my reply came out sounding kind of stupid. Not just for today, but from now on and forever. Cheerful and lively forever. Why did you say it twice? Anyway, I created Chiron because of how depressed you were back then. Was it really that bad? Remember how you shut everything and everyone out? I had no other choice but to do this. In order to face you, to face Chiron, I concentrated on facing myself. That's a cool way of putting it. Enough with the jokes already. I'm trying to be serious here. Sorry. I wasn't great with heavy subjects like this and found myself wanting to poke some fun at it. Sarah had always looked toward the future, while I led my life captive to the past. I couldn't be honest and accept that. Oh, good grief. Couldn't be honest and accept what Sarah was saying because I felt like the fact had been made completely clear. You know, Shun. Sarah glanced anxiously over at me, likely because I had fallen silent. I kind of like it when you talk to me that way. Huh? Did you say something? You're an idiot. I'm never saying it again. It was so quiet that the chirping of the insects lingered in my ears. The oppressive silence enveloped us. She did not speak again, right up until we said goodbye at the entrance to the research facility. Alright, interesting. Very cool. We're going to save right now. And we may or may not get to another episode. We'll see. But, because honestly, this game's long as hell. So far. We might get to another episode. We might play most of it. I don't know about all of it, but we'll play most of it. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. See you later.